Yo, what up, Zelda Bros? We're doing a part two. With the success of our first video, we decided that we're gonna return back to a semi-decent upload schedule. So, Skywalker, what are we doing today?
Well, today we're going to talk about one of the major parts of gaming, or at least to me it is. That is first impressions.
Ooh, yeah, that's important.
But first, I'd like to take a minute and thank all of those who watched our video. And I'd actually like to respond to a few comments here, if you don't mind. So, first off, to the Armadolister. I really butchered that, but who is role playing without motion controls? That would have been Bingupingu over here,
Yeah.
our resident video recorder. He usually plays with motion controls. I don't, so I'm an expert without motion controls. He is. I just find it annoying in car rides.
So you would love playing on emulators.
To the Jespers Munster 9624, Tears of the Kingdom is better? Sure, when you first play through it, but Breath of the Wild is just...
It has so much more replayability.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah.
We'd also like to say, please, it'd really help us out and mean a lot to us if you'd just click that little red button.
Yep, click that subscribe button. YouTube's gonna make it all colorful.
Uh-huh. Otherwise, Link will come to your house and I don't know, make a Zonai device out of it. He'll move you to Florida. You don't want to go there.
Use your house to a stick.
Oh dear. Anyway, back to our topic at hand. First impressions. Bingupingu, what was your first impression of Breath of the Wild?
It was on Christmas morning of 2017 when I first got my Switch. I booted up the game because it's the only one I had. And when I walked out of that starting area and I saw the game's graphics, they were just beautiful. And the Great Plateau offered an easy tutorial, but with just enough challenge to make it fun.
It's actually right. I believe the first time I ever played was I came over to your house and you let me play. What was it, like 2 years ago? No, it
had
was.
to have been like 3 or 4.
It was 3 or 4. Because I recently saved up enough money to buy my own Switch about a year or 2 ago.
I think that was May of 22.
Yeah, that was 2 years. Holy cow, that's been 2 years. So I haven't had mine long. Well, I spent hours. I have, what did I say, like 350 plus hours.
Now, I may have a little advantage having the game for like double, triple the time, but I have over 1,500 hours on the game, and I can just come back to it at any time and just enjoy the game.
I actually came back to it because I wanted to learn glitches. Like, I got really bored one day, so I call up my friend, this man, and I'm like, yo, what are some fun glitches? And what was the first one you taught me? I think you were trying to teach me how to wind bomb.
But I wasn't very good at it.
And then I got it first.
Yep, and then I spent like a day practicing. Got my first wind bomb on the Hyrule Field Tower. It was pretty sick. And then I think I taught him the Fosbury flop, which is pretty fun.
I never got that one down.
Yeah, it requires a lot of precise timing.
Don't mind me just getting some water here.
Good old hydration.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Now let's talk about Tears of the Kingdom. Skywalker, let's have you lead this off.
Well, I was going to talk about my first impressions of Breath of the Wild, but we'll come back to that. I will go with my first impressions of Tears of the Kingdom. I distinctly remember it was a Saturday, and, my family just finished harvest. We're just sitting good. It's fall. My asthma didn't get triggered at once, which I'm happy with. You may applaud now in the comments if you wish. But, we had extra money, and my parents come up to us, and they're like, hey guys, we're going to go to Sioux Falls. No, we were going to go to Marshall. And they hand us each some money. They hand me and my older sister $100 each. And I remember that 2 days before that, Tears of the Kingdom had just released. So when we get there, I bolt with my dad to the video game section. I am like, Dad, we gotta go. Come on. And I look at that case, and what do I see? I think I got the last copy for that day. Like, the shelves were almost empty. I'm like, holy crap. I was so lucky. The second we got in that car, click, put it in. I had brought Breath of the Wild with me. And it was that. Granted, we did also go get Cold Stone ice cream. Very good. But I think it was, I brought headphones with because I knew I was going to want to listen to the audio. I didn't run or anything during the beginning because it was also interesting. Because I had been playing Breath of the Wild for a while, and I was just like, you know what? I need to take my time. I whistle sprinted a lot during Breath of the Wild. Sadly, there's no such thing in totk. RIP. And the opening was... I thought the opening was going to show the title screen after Ganondorf, sucker punched you. Spoilers, if you didn't know that already. I just spoiled a major plot point. Get out of here if you haven't finished it. Get on. Get.
You just spoiled the beginning part of the game.
But no, that wasn't. You get Raru's arm, and I grew up playing Ocarina of Time. That was my first Zelda game, actually. I have never beaten Ocarina of Time to this day. Sue me. But I knew who Ganondorf was. I was really deep into the Zelda lore. And I remember I hear Ganondorf, and I'm like, what? That man wasn't anywhere in Breath of the Wild.
100 years of the Gerudo people has come. Even though there was 100 years between the Calamity and Breath of the Wild, and there was no Ganondorf.
There was a reason there was another male born, because the current living male was still alive.
Just trapped with, honestly, the hottest organ donor out there.
Whoa! But no, that wasn't the opening. I remember, I recorded it. I hit that capture button. The theme, it's trickled in there. It starts very lightly with you're like, oh, that's just the sky theme. That's very nice. We're jumping. And it goes into a cinematic like you'd expect it to. Then it ramps up. And you're like, holy... But I'm just like, oh my gosh. Because I had been following the trailers. We did a trailer breakdown because I made Bingupingu do it.
Yep.
I forced him to because I was just hot on that. But I remember I listened to that theme and I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And it was. The Sky Island, while it may have its flaws, it was still really cool. I remember just I know exactly what I'm going to do. I was going to build a B2 bomber until I learned the part limit was 21. Then I wanted to build a transformer. Not possible.
Actually, you're just not trying hard enough.
I have no creative skills. The best thing I've made is a freaking mortar. I actually made a mortar.
That's pretty cool.
But, yeah, what were your first impressions?
So my first impressions were split between a week before and on launch day. Because me having a computer, I played the leaked build. Oh no, the Nintendo Ninjas. But I didn't get that far. In fact, I didn't even make it out of the beginning area. But on launch day, my mom came home with the store with Tears of the Kingdom, gave it to me. I opened it up on my Tears of the Kingdom special Switch. Watched that video.
Didn't you call me when you got it? You were just like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, I was ecstatic when I got that. And then when I was actually able to play it at a decent frame rate, I was able to notice just how beautiful the game was. The way they did the lighting in Tears of the Kingdom is honestly better than Breath of the Wild. It just looks so beautiful.
It does. It really does. Even for system hardware that was, 6, 7 years old?
I think it's 9-year-old hardware at this point.
It runs beautifully. Yes, glitchy at times, but that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, is it experiencing the faults and looking
And then
at the beauty.
1.1.2 came out.
No!
I took the sacrifice. I downloaded it.
I accidentally downloaded it.
You erased your Switch and gave it to your sister.
No, I was playing on my OLED at that time, but I had completely formatted my Switch and just deleted all my save data and no longer play on that account. I had to make a new profile just so I could play on 1.0.
Yeah.
I am a man of glitches.
I made the supreme sacrifice. I was sad. I still have a duplication glitch, but now it takes arrows.
And it's not as good as the sort method.
Granted, you have a lot more arrows in this game.
You have so many. Just like, do the Colosseum with the Lionels, and you will walk out with like 100, 200 arrows.
And then duplicate the Silver Lionel Saber Horn with a multi-shot 5 bow.
Oh, yeah.
200 times. Because this is like the only piece that I attach, unless it's a Zonite weapon. But, starting areas, which one do you think is better? Plateau or, Great Sky Island?
For visuals, I would definitely say the Sky Island. But the Sky Island is very easy to get lost in. I spent like 30 minutes trying to get back from an area. And the plateau is just a lot easier to navigate. And honestly, I feel the puzzles are a lot better. So I give the win to Breath of the Wild.
I was watching a video the other day, and it's this guy talking about his experience with Tears of the Kingdom. He still had 3 hearts.
He didn't do the shrines.
No, he did 3 of them. He didn't find recall. Which I'm like, you don't make a review of a game until you've beaten it. Like, we didn't do that until, we did it. And honestly, just the other day, I beat all the shrines in Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm still trying to do that. I have waypointed almost all of the light routes. I just don't feel like going to them.
There's an easy trick. If you get all the light routes, there are shrines directly above them.
Yep, just find all the light routes because it's really easy and they're not hidden in caves or behind puzzles. Just go in the depths, find them all, and then place markers above them on the surface.
And then it's puzzle time.
Yep, then you just go around with your hover bike and just go from shrine to shrine, puzzle to puzzle, quest to quest.
I've actually found myself riding my horse more often just to take in the visuals.
Yeah. I'm thinking of playing Breath of the Wild on my Switch again just to get my fast boy horse.
Yeah, because you can upgrade horses in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my fast boy horse, and then I'll bring him over to Tears of the Kingdom. And then... Jero!
Except I'm not gonna upgrade Jero in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna upgrade another horse.
Upgrade multiple horses.
I mean, I guess, yeah. And apparently there's a horse that you can't upgrade. I think it's the giant white horse. Which is stupid. I want my giant horse to be able to run at Mach 5 game.
I want to be able to put Lord of the Mountain in a saddle.
Yes.
That is peak Zelda.
Rest in peace, Satoru Iwata. You will be missed.
Yes. Rest in peace.
Okay, I should probably go back to my thoughts of my beginnings with Breath of the Wild. Funny thing, I ordered both of them side by side, right? I ordered them online. Granted, they were different websites. One was from Walmart. The other was Amazon, where I got my Switch. Walmart delivered the game 3 days earlier than my Switch came. That was the slowest 3 days of my life. I stared at that game back, cover to back. I read everything. I was looking at the pictures. just detailed. I had to go to school that Friday, sadly, but I come home, and what do I see on the dining room table? I see a box, an Amazon box.
What's inside that Amazon box?
A red and blue Nintendo Switch.
Oh, hell yeah.
I grab it. I run down to my room. And I just plug it in. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Didn't you film the unboxing?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
I may have for you, but then I deleted the video.
I remember you did call me when you got it.
I called you like the second I knew it was on the table.
Yup.
Actually, no, I called you while I was walking up the darn hill. And you were just on call with me. I ran upstairs once more to input the internet password. Then I plopped the game in. Only thing on my screen. Nintendo presents The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it was serene. Because I had watched playthroughs. I had done it. But watching it does not live up to the hype of what it actually is. At all.
I was watching somebody streaming Tears of the Kingdom because they had gotten the digital release early, and I was like, that looks so fun. And then when I got it, it was 10 times better than watching that person.
Yeah, it really is.
Because you can do your own thing. Like, you see something in the video and the person skips over it, and you're like, oh, I wonder what I could have done there. You can do that.
And then you cheese shrines with a wind bomb. Like that one water one that's just on a random island on your way to Zora's domain. I don't remember that was, but you have to deal with the water level.
You just wind bomb.
Because I got sick of doing it in master mode.
I
made the mistake. I was on 1 1/4 hearts.
Ha!
And then I smacked the wall.
In this gameplay footage, you guys might be able to see me wind bomb through the bomb shrine. I failed a couple of times, but when I got it, I got it.
I don't know what you're adding to this.
I don't either, just going off.
But this is a part 2 to the why Breath of the Wild is better than Tears of the Kingdom. We might have to make a part 2 to this video, because we did not cover the stuff I wanted to cover in our time. But
Part 2.5.
There we go.
Part 2.5.
I don't know. I don't know. Any final words?